Hey everybody, happy Thursday. So today I just wanted to talk about, well, actually just tell you the story of how I got my first second gen MR2. Because as with all my stories, it's kind of unique. So at the time, this was, my memory is not that great, so I'm guessing it was around 04, because I had been to the Southeast 04 meet in Chattanooga, and I did not have it at this time, so or at the time of that meet, so it had to have been after 04 meet, which was about summer, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm actually, at this time, I'm delivering pizzas in a town south of where I live, and this one night I'm coming back in from a run, and the pizza place was in a gas station, and over on the south end of the parking lot was the car wash. Well, that's also where we entered in to circle back around to go back into the store. Well, there's this car, and I'm like, man, that looks like a second gen MR2. And sure enough, I pull up closer, and it's a second gen MR2. And I get up close enough to it, and I say, I look, and it's actually a turbo model. It's that crimson red. And then, by this time I'm already know pretty much all the little things that differentiate the different years, and it had the 14-inch wheels and the 3-piece wing and all that, so I'm figuring 91, 92, something like that, especially with the color. It's not the super red, it's the darker crimson. And so I don't pay much attention to it then, other than that. And then so next night it's still there, getting okay, that's interesting. About the fourth night that I was there delivering, which was about a week after I saw it initially, it's still sitting there in the same spot, has not moved. So I go in to the convenience store portion of the store, and I ask the manager if they know whose car that is, and they're like, well, no, it's just been sitting there. I don't know whose it is. So I was like, okay, well, after that, it turned out I was off for a couple of days, and I come back and the car is gone. So I go back in and I ask the manager, hey, what happened to the car? Did somebody come get it? And she said, no, we had to have it towed because somebody just abandoned it. I was like, man, do you know who towed it? So I know which way I'm not coming back. This traffic's crazy on the other side of the interstate here. Anyway, so yeah, she told me who towed it, so I'll give them a call and everything, and I was like, well, do y'all know whose it is and all? And they're like, yeah, we, have tried to contact them, we can't contact them, we can't get in touch with them, all that. So I was like, well, what do y'all want to do with it? I said, well, if we can't get a hold of them in 30 days, then, we can legally sell it. I'm like, well, when that happens, let me know. How much would you want for it? And they're, so they ran the numbers and everything. It's like towing and storage and all that other stuff. And ended up being like $500-600 or something like that. And so I was like, yeah, definitely, if you can't get a hold of them, let me know. And then so, by this time it was about 3 weeks, because they had towed it like the day after I asked about it. I get a phone call and they're like, hey, we can't get a hold of the owner and all, but so you said give you a call. So I was like, yeah, I'm interested in the car. So they, the lady was like, well, we don't have a title to it, as you know, because it was towed and abandoned and all that. I was like, well, how much would it cost to get a title and all? So she did that, and then it took us, when I got the car, it took about another 6 months to finally get the title and everything cleared up. well, not cleared up, but to get a title, because of the process and all that. But yeah, I ended up with my first second gen for, I want to say it was like $600, something like that. And it was the turbo. It did need an engine. That's the reason it was abandoned, is it had a blown head gasket. So after I got the title and everything in hand, and I knew it was mine, because I mean, I even tried to reach out to the owner, but I didn't get any kind of response. So I don't know what happened there. But it was a 91 turbo, 5-speed. Of course, all of the turbos were 5-speed, and it I can't remember how many miles were on it. The paint, it needed a little paint work and such, but no huge deal. The body was straight. There was no other issues other than really paint that it needed. It was missing the antenna, the rear antenna that pokes through the wing on the passenger side. It was missing that, but other than that, there wasn't anything really bad. It was a T-top model. So yeah, I mean, once I got the title in hand, I called up Jarco. That they have helped me out so many times up to this point. So I was like, yeah, y'all get another shot at this. So I got me I didn't have the money for the Gen 3 upgrade, so I went ahead and went back with the Gen 2. But this one had the ceramic turbine. It was the JDM spec turbo, which spun a little faster, but overall you can't run as much boost because the ceramic may actually crack, and you don't want that. So yeah, that's how I got my first second gen. So I've got, at this point I had my first gen. I spent like $500 on it. Got a second gen, about $600 on it. But that's not where the story ends. There's so many more things that happen to that in and with that car that it's more than I can say on this little short video. But that it's kind of funny because I remember at SE 2004, the MR2 meet up in Chattanooga in 04, I had won I want to say it was an ATS billet fuel rail or something like that. And I was like, I don't have a second gen. I don't have any use for this. So I ended up selling it. And then like 2 months later, I ended up with this second gen. And I was kicking myself in the butt because that would have been nice. It was actually a side feed intake and all. But man, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I just got rid of this thing and now I have the car. So yeah, anyways, it's Thursday, or as I like to say, it's Friday Eve, and all the rain is gone for now. We the family, we're getting things ready. We're actually going on a trip next weekend, so trying to get everything together for that. And so yeah, if anybody is in the Atlanta area, looking at you, Doug, I will be in town the 13th and 14th. I plan on leaving out on the 15th, I believe, of this month. So if anybody wants to meet up, get together, just grab some food, just sit around and chat, whatever. Show me your cars, whatever. Just hit me up in the comment section below, or send me a direct message, either way, and we'll try to make that happen. So yeah, if you like this video, just give it a big old thumbs up. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. That does help me, spread the word and everything. Share it with all your friends. Like I said, I try to do these videos a couple of times a week. I'm shooting for 3 times a week, but right now it's looking like 2 times a week, maybe. Once I can start working on the car, which may happen week after next. That may be a little bit more frequent because there's a lot to do on that thing, on that 85. But yeah, so y'all have a great Thursday or whatever day you happen to be watching this, and I'll talk to y'all next time.